All right, Big Wigs. Here we go. No more distraction. Let's just focus on SCPs, right? That's what we're here for. That's what we do. That's what we do. I forgot to have somebody open again. Shit. Okay. Big Wigs. Here we go. Not sure why I did that. As if it's like, as if it's like a diss track. Big Wigs. All right. All right. Let's go. Here we go. Euclid. -1 is contained in a standard humanoid containment cell. God, why is it? My nose is usually already itchy when I read these things, but now with the allergies, my nose is like acting extra sassy with me. Anybody who has allergies, do you also agree? Like, you wish you could just take your nose off for the allergy season and just be like, listen, if I cannot smell for like 2 months, that's fine, as long as I don't have to like fucking die from sneezing and runny nose and my eyes getting itchy. Modified to include a small duct to allow for the entry of house flies. -1 has been conditioned against scratching its scalp, laying on its back, rapidly moving its head, taking aggressive action against houseflies in its cell, or any other activities which may disrupt -2's community. Personnel are to discipline -1 if any of the above listed activities are performed. For a full list of prohibited actions, see Addendum D. Following incident B-1 is to be kept inside 34's ICU to be provided with medical care in its comatose state. Subject head is to be kept upright at all times by means of a pad brace locked around the neck. A high-definition C-mount microscope camera has been installed directly above the scalp of -1, providing a live feed video of -2 for research staff. As a standard protocol when dealing with parasitic SCPs, a hazmat suit of level 2 or higher is to be worn when handling SCP-2044 to prevent potential spread of -2 to a separate host. Okay, so we have hosts involved. Okay. -1 is a 28-year-old human male of Estonian descent. -1's scalp is a host to a large colony of headlice. I think my mom probably told me I had lice once. I don't recall if I did, but I just know for a fact I did not have lice during my teenage years, which you know, with my hair, I'm very lucky that was not the case. But a whole colony of head lice, dude. Imagine that on your head. God, Henry, your head is safe. Pedicles humanus capitis, estimated to be composed of 200 individual specimens. Henceforth referred to as -2. 200. Oh, that makes my head itchy. -2 instances possess a level of intelligence estimated to be equal to that of the average human, and are capable of building simple structures, operating machinery, and communicating in the Polish language. Why do we have so many like small insects be able to like build shit in the SCP universe? we had like 2 versions of ants that can do that. -2's small size makes communication impossible without the use of specialized acoustic equipment. -2 has established a small community on -1's scalp. This community is composed of 130 houses, 2 churches, a pub, 6 stores, and a town hall. It's almost like Holden Hears a Who, but instead of like very tiny people on the flower, it's lice on the head. And 200 lice on the head, you see that. You can see that easily. Also, what are the buildings made out of? Hair? These buildings are well, it says these buildings are constructed by -2 using -1's hair and dandruff. There we go. Answer right away. The only construct not composed of material native to the human scalp are a large factory complex on the outskirts of the community and 3 track loaders. The purpose of these non-organic elements seem to be gathering and refinement of -1's dandruff into small bricks. These bricks are taken at the... What if he just does this? You know? What if he just fucking like puts it, like just moves his hand through his hair? Then what? Is that just like this God's hand hitting their houses? Is that like a natural disaster to them? Like an earthquake? Just worse because it's just, you know? How's that working? Okay. These bricks are taken at the end of every month by a housefly, Musca domestica, which arrives on -1 scalp with -2. Okay, that must be fucking annoying. Imagine, not only do you have 200 lices, but then the housefly is like. I would be like, oh. -2 loads the refined dandruff onto a metal harness installed in its exoskeleton. This housefly also delivers manufactured goods to -2, all of which are scaled down for their use. These supplies include spare parts meant to repair equipment within the dandruff refinery, small tin cans filled with keratinous materials, and fragments of potatoes and gear, which is sold by -2 in its several stores. The housefly will then depart to an unknown location. Attempts to locate the origin of these houseflies have been unsuccessful, as have attempts to track outgoing instances. When questioned on the origin of the housefly, the supplies it brings, the destination of the dandruff bricks, and how the miniature factory complex came to be on -1 scalp, the majority of -2 instances state that it's handled by the Big Wigs. Oh, the big kahunas. Of course. -2 refused to elaborate further on this topic, saying that it would violate company policy. A transcript of an interview with an instance of -2 is available below. -1 claims no knowledge of -2 existence and currently believes he is being held in Foundation custody for the crime of grand theft. Oh. Wait, but it's crossed out. It means he lied. Or something else happened. Please refer to incident B for -1's current condition. Okay, here we go. First we have transcript of interview A. Interviewed -2-104 Boguslaw Jasinski, Dr. Stanga. Okay. -2-104 claims to be the foreman of the factory present on SCP and -1 scalp. This interview was conducted using an experimental two-way communication system developed by Foundation scientists for communication with nanoscopic entities. This was the 6th exchange between Dr. So is it Stagno or is it Stangar? Because that was not what it said before. It's Stangar because that's what it says afterwards. So Stagno is definitely wrong. And -2-104 exchange translated from Polish. Log begin. Hello, Boguslaw, can you hear me? Hello, Big Mammal. I didn't think we would speak again this soon. Big Mammal is a term commonly used by -2 to refer humans. Yes, now, maybe we return to our previous topics of your refinery. You're breaking my nits with these incessant questions, you beggart. If the Big Wigs hear that I've been engaging in corporate espionage... Boguslaw, I'm trying to help you. This conversation will stay between the two of us, I swear. Fine, but you had better not use my name. Of course not, of course. Now, can you tell me who exactly are these bigwigs? The top of the food chain. They run our entire operation out of the Ivory Tower in Novigasts to the east. Polish for the new thicket. What is the purpose of this company? Providing building materials to all major urban centers across the globe. We just recently provided these termites in Vortrak with some foundation for the newest mount. Vortrak means, roughly translated from the Afrikaner language, translates to as rotten branch. These begarts in Megachilekuta, I thought they could sell them their crappy honeycomb supports, but we beat them to the punch. Megachile is a genus of large bees. Kuta is Javanese for city. Okay. I see. Would you care to elaborate on the factory? How did they get there? A bunch of big mammals like you came in and installed it 6 years back. The funny thing is that they were all wearing those white robes like you got on. I don't know how they got it on here, but I'm just proud to be in charge of this big mammal instead of my last one. What do you mean by the last one? Who else has a fact? -2-104 emits a 2-second long high-pitched noise, assumed to be equivalent of a sigh. You know what? I'm in enough shit with the big wigs as it is with all these delays in production. The last thing I need to do is be caught talking to a fucking big mammal. -1-104 rapidly retreats into its refinery, shutting the entrance behind it. And log. This interview has revealed some startling implication. Not only does it suggest the existence of individuals similar to -1, it also makes reference to insects with a level of intelligence similar to -2. I recommend that we locate and contain these urban centers mentioned by -2-104 as soon as possible, or at least investigate who those Big Wigs are and why they built this factory. Dr. Stango. Okay, Stango, yeah, that's how I say it. Not only that, you should also probably be concerned about the fact that he said people wearing coats like you did build the factories. Because that's some scary thought that maybe like there's like a foundation group that maybe has gone rogue. Or it's just like, you know, Marshall Collin Dog or some other like the factory type group that just happens to wear coats as well in that very moment. But yeah, it is a bit weird. Incident B. The following is a transcript detailing the events which occurred on the 9th, 16th, which led to -1's current condition. 9:39. -1 sits upright on its bed, resting its head on its hand. Subject appears to be distraught. 9:40. -1 gets up and begins frantically clawing at its scalp. Such behavior has not been documented during -1's containment at Site 34. Security teams are mobilized to restrain the subject to prevent potential damage to -2. Yeah, so this is the first time he indicates that he is aware that something's on his head. Or at least it itches. 9:42. -1 props his bed frame against his cell door, preventing site security from entering. Subject then returns to scratching his scalp aggressively. 9:46. -1 translated from Estonian. No, I'm done. I want it off. The Big Wigs can take it back. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. Get out. Get out. I don't care how much they'll give me. I want to go home. Let me go home, you bastards. I want them all off. 9:48. So he is fully aware. He lied before. A small explosive device detonates at the base of -1's neck. The explosion causes traumatic damage to the subject's spinal column, causing -1 to enter a comatose state and collapse. God damn! Jesus! Like that? Immediately? 9:50. Foundation security teams managed to breach -1's cells. Medical team are mobilized and -1 is evacuated to Site 34's ICU. The explosion caused traumatic damage to -1, sending it to a comatose state. When questioned, -2 admitted to detonating the explosion as a last resort to pacify their host. Before Incident B, it was believed that -1 was oblivious to the existence of -2. Investigation into both the subject's final statements and how an explosive implant was present on -1 without being detected by Foundation security is ongoing. Yeah, that's fair, right? How the hell did they have explode? It's probably an anomalous explosion. As in, like, it's like a material that they couldn't scan for and didn't know that was a thing they had to worry about, you know? Because at the end, what they make the materials of is not typical of how you build houses or materials or like tools. So I assume the explosives are made of some sort of weird combination of things. And next thing you know, it fucking goes. But we have to give props to -1. The fact that he didn't scratch his head this whole time. Can you imagine 200 lice on your head, and you have to just not do this the whole time. And when people ask you like, "Hey, are you aware of the head lice?" He's like, "No," with a straight face. He's like, "No, head lice? What? What head lice?" And like, imagine like grabbing one somehow. I doubt that we're able to, but imagine grabbing one and be like this, and he's like, what are you trying to show me? And he's like, this. And it's like, all I see are your fingers. Like, what? Like, just trying to pretend to be dumb. But that's also the fact that they put him in a comatose state with that explosion. That is fucked.